The world today is always growing, always evolving, and always trying to make something new, something special, or something even more advanced than what came before it. As a result, there are constantly mega projects that are being developed all over the world in order to further make it a more productive, innovative, and special place. But what are the current mega projects that are filling up the world today? Allow us to show you some of them. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Number 6. O'Hare International Airport Redevelopment. At present, air travel isn't something that many people like to discuss or talk about because of the global lockdown and various restrictions on international travel. But given that this won't last forever, it's not surprising that various airports are getting an overhaul. This includes the major Chicago airport known as O'Hare. Now, it may seem odd that an airport like O'Hare that is completely functional would be getting an overhaul, but there's a reason behind this $8.5 billion redevelopment. Mainly, the United States are going to be hosting the FIFA World Cup and the Olympic Games in 2026 and 2028. Given the large amount of traffic that it will bring, an overhaul is needed. Various terminals are going to be expanded or completely rebuilt in order to make things better, smoother, and less restrictive. It'll become a global hub of travel, which is what it'll be needed in order to better suit the variety of international guests and spectators that'll be coming for those future events. The first phase of the rebuild will arrive in 2022, with other stages coming all the way until 2028. Number 5. International Thermonuclear Experimental Reactor. While the world is slowly but surely trying to become more green in its energy consumption, it's not as simple as just switching to solar power or wind power. There needs to be many layers of redundancy in order to make things work. And as such, in France, a massive nuclear project is not just being constructed, but is being done in conjunction with over 30 countries, which goes to show how many of them want this particular project done. In short, this reactor is meant to make fusion reactions that are similar to what happens within the sun itself. As a result of this, if able to be done and sustained, it could provide a massive amount of long-lasting and clean energy for the world at large. The only real problem here is that the $20 billion project needs a lot done to not just work, but to be safe for everyone inside the building. There needed to be 10 different kinds of concrete made in order to shield workers from radiation. And even though the project was started all the way back in 2013, it's only now in 2020 about 60% done. It'll be another 5 years at least before it goes online, but if it does what it's intended to do, it might just be worth the wait. Number 4. Grand Renaissance Dam. Not every construction mega project that's going on in the world right now is one that is beloved by all, or worked on in collaboration with others. A great example of this is the $4.8 billion Grand Renaissance Dam that's being made in Ethiopia currently. On one hand, this massive dam will be the biggest hydroelectric dam in all of Africa when it's done, and thus it will be able to provide electricity on a grand scale to the nation and beyond, should they desire, which would make the nation a very green one. But the cost, both literal and metaphorical, may be too high. The people of Ethiopia aren't happy with the cost of the dam, as well as all that's being done to help make it, including diverting key funds away from other projects that need help, as well as relocating tens of thousands of people in order to make it work. What's more, their neighbors of Sudan and Egypt aren't happy with the dam because they feel it's Ethiopia's attempt to try and gain a lot of power in the region. Number 3. Chuo Shinkansen. Trains are something that are evolving rapidly because of the growth of various technologies, and in Japan, there's one of the undisputed kings of bullet trains that can shoot throughout the nation and bring people closer together at blistering speeds. Now, currently they don't have the record for the fastest train in the world. However, the production of Chuo Shinkansen would change that in a major way. Not the least of which is because this $46 billion train and its system would be able to go 500 kilometers per hour. The goal is to connect Tokyo with Nagoya, a trip that would usually take many hours, but on this train would only go 40 minutes in length. That's a vast improvement. But just as important, it's a ride that wouldn't need a lot of building in current cities and developed areas, as most of the track would be underground and going through the Japanese Alps. As a result, they're saving money, travel time, and more. Plus, when it's done in 2027, An extension of this line could connect Nagoya to Osaka. Number 2. One Banger-ru. Heading out to Sydney, Australia, we look at One Banger-ru, a place that is set to not just be the tallest building in the city itself, but a towering example of luxury and design. The structure is built on the concept of 3 petals interweaving on one another, and as a result, there are triangle-shaped windows and contours that ensure that every single room in the building is unique. Which is important because this building is meant for those who want the finer things in life. There are luxury hotels in the building, as well as over 70 apartments for people to live in and enjoy the view of Sydney. Add to that a casino, fancy restaurant, and more. You can see why people are excited about this new construction. The best part is that the outer building is done, and it's set to open in 2021. Number 1. Aladdin City. Dubai is located in the United Arab Emirates, and they have a long and interesting history to bank off of when trying to make tourist attractions. So much so that they're intending to make a city based on the legendary story of Aladdin. The project is set to take place on Dubai Creek on the Persian Gulf, and it's set to be a city rooted in its 3 towers that are designed to be like the top of Aladdin's lamp. The art that has been made for the Megaproject indicates that the towers will be covered in gold in various places to further show the beauty and wonder of the city, which is in line with much of what Dubai has been doing in recent months and years. Inside these towers, you'll find office spaces, hotels, certain other amenities, and the ability to park nearly 1,000 cars. The project is still in the opening stages, but when it's done, it will certainly be one of the more eye-catching elements in Dubai. And there you go, a look at the mega projects that are all over the world and set to change the world in their own ways. Which of these projects would you like to see up close when they're done? Do you know another project that should be on this list? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you next time on the channel.